Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome all of you back here, and then we're going to go ahead and begin with part 3 of cyber threats that points to Israel being the masterminds behind these cyber warfare agendas. So what I'm going to show you here is showing you again more proof that all of these companies and all of these countries and governments and military are not enemies to each other, but yet friends carrying out the same agenda for a one world government. Here's showing you again, all 143 nations have joined a coalition, ITU Impact, which makes it the largest global security alliances known on the face of the planet. I've told you all that they're creating all these fake attacks, cyber attacks, to get all these countries, private sectors, businesses, private citizens, government agencies, all under one roof, under one software that records every activity every single human being globally all conducts on their internet and activities that they conduct on their internet. So you're going to see that they're all alliance, and the only way that they can do that is create the fear that there's a security breach on everyone's governmental, programs, government security systems, government computer systems, banking systems. Create the fear that somebody's out to rob all their money, and that's exactly the game that they're playing. And they're even creating all these illusions. But as you're seeing here, you see that they're creating drills globally. India and the United States kick off a cyber drill exercise. Okay, you see here that this becomes big business for Homeland Security, including the corporate companies, for this cyber agenda, this cyber warfare threat. But here's the funny part, is that on Bloomberg they report that Netanyahu is saying that they have cut their budgets for cyber drill exercises. How convenient. Well, if something happens inside of America and mayhem really actually happens, they can say, well, it's because your government stopped all the budget of giving us the ability and the accesses and tools to conduct exercises to protect and better safeguard all of your bank accounts. And this is what this document's for. But we found a government document that proves that our U.S. government was funding and funneling billions of tax-paying dollars to Israel to better Israeli securities, but crap on American citizens' securities. This is amazing stuff what you're going to see, guys, and I will post that link in the video. I'm not going to show it here on this segment. It's too long, too much information. Okay, so well, I will show that on the video. I will put the link definitely there for all of you to view. Anyhow, again, budget cuts bite into cybersecurity. Here we go again with the same company that issued out the warnings that United States banks, 30 banks, they called the EMC RSA, that's the name of the company, puts out a warning that there was going to be attacks on 30 different banks inside of the United States back in March, and said that this attacks could also can happen anytime this spring. In other words, meaning that there's a possibility that we're going to be attacked anytime from March all the way into the spring. So, and this is what I showed you in the last video that we have made concerning this subject, that there's a threat there. And this is the same company that put out that warning, who held a public or held a private meeting called the New World Order. Act as though you have already been hacked. All these are all staged events, guys, and they're admitting it that they're staged events. But I'm going to have to breeze through this video real quick so that we can get all this information out there as fast as possible. Cyber attacks in Seoul, Korea leave banks helpless in Pyongyang, and they're blaming even Korea, North Korea. They were blaming China, this fake security firm called Unit 61398, who we later on found out it was a phantom cyber security threat task force in China that does not even exist. We found out that it actually was created by Israel, and we actually found out that 61398, that they had codenamed this new task force in China, happens to be the actual postal code inside of Israel, as you will see in our Israeli Creates Phantom Enemies video that we made on our YouTube blog. So anyhow, here you see Homeland Security is beefing up their cyberstorm security, cyberspace, all this crap, but yet they claim they have no budgets for all this. But here they're trying to make it look like they're concerned about our well-being, but in truth they're not. Here, the SAN puts out an information saying that even computers that are online on your vehicles, in other words, any cars, any automobiles that have computer systems that have been upgraded from 1999 until 2013, are subject to also come under cyber attacks and cause all of their updating online computer systems on that car from being able to update, meaning that it's going to possibly shut down your access of being able to operate your vehicle. In other words, leaving you stranded on your feet. This is all a part of military strategics. If they're thinking it, it means they're going to conduct it in one day in real life, and they're going to make it all very possible. So these are not just only warnings of a possible threat from an enemy. This is a warning come from them that they're going to be doing this. Everything is in reverse psychology, guys. If they're thinking it, they're going to do it. Also, remember I told you from the beginning of the video that they're all together on the same game. They're all trying to manipulate the whole world to get us all into a position of fear, that we allow them to put our systems into their mainframe computer systems to record in everyone's activities globally on every continent on this planet. Everyone, period. All in one mainframe computer system. And that's the whole goal behind this cyber warfare agenda. But at the same time, it's to literally and truthfully collapse the entire corporate company's banking system, so it brings it all under one roof. In other words, one currency, one global leader, one religion, one race of people, as I have mentioned in part 2 of this video. Now, you can see here that they have the CERT. The CERT is in China. It's in the United States. You'll see here a whole list of all the countries that this company is from, that they're all in every country. Canada, they're inside of the United States, Denmark, and also in Israel, which you will see here. Okay? They're also in Korea. Remember, Korea, back in March, they claimed had come under attack. Well, it so happens to be that the same company is there that claimed that China came under attack. Look, and I'm going to show you that document here. Okay, let me see what I did with it. Right here. CERT, China claims that Japan and the U.S. lead attacks on the Chinese internet sites. See, they're pretending to be enemies. Like I showed you in part 2, they're all friends with each other. They're not enemies whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. But it's all for the agenda, again, to get us all under one control, under one computer system. There it goes again. There you can see where they're in Israel. The CERT is in Israel, so it shows you that they're all globally allianced. CERT instead of China. But here's the funny part. After the attacks that happened in March, South Korea prepares for cyber warfare. Well, we found out that South Korea were conducting cyber warfare exercises before the attacks that happened inside of South Korea, and we found the documents on it. You can also Google it, and you can find it all over the internet, that they were conducting exercises before the events happened. Also, you can see here where after this 2 days ago that they're going to conduct cyber warfare scenarios in response to escalating threats from North Korea. See, they're trying to make it look like North Korea is this ultimate threat who's going to steal all of their money and blah, blah, blah. You fill in the blanks. It's all a bunch of crap. It's just more crap leading to more agendas to ruin our freedoms. Alert, Israel is now attacking nations with cyber warfare. And this is actually documented by their own admittance. They even admitted hiring hackers. And they even classified these hackers and named them legions. And I found that's quite funny because they use that word legions to the new security threat of there's another security company right here that I wanted to show you here. Just a moment. They wanted to make it look like there's this ultimate enemy outside of our system called Anonymous. Okay, Anonymous, ladies and gentlemen, is not a part of us. They don't represent any part of our work. They represent only themselves. And you remember I showed you this in part. I'm going to go back over there to show you real quick. This group right here identifies themselves. We are Legion. That's how they start always their segments of their videos that they upload on YouTube and all over the world. They claim themselves to be legions. Well, I found it was kind of ironic that they say that, And Israel even admitted on Haaretz newspaper that they were going, and also on the Telegraph newspaper out of England, that they were going to hire legions of hackers. And it just so happens to be, there's your legions of hackers right there. Anonymous hacks Mossad websites. Ladies and gentlemen, this news is fake. Okay? It is not real. It never happened, but it is to make it look, like I have showed you all, it is to make it look real. That there's this ultimate enemy who is out there to go after our bank accounts, who's going to rob us and completely collapse our economy. Well, that part is true. They are going to definitely collapse our economy, but it's not by some enemy, some private little anti-government anarchist who's against the government who's going to do it. It is the Israeli Mossad who's going to do it, because it is the people they created. Anonymous was created by Mossad. Now, of course, you're going to have this opposition that's going to come on YouTube and try to defend Anonymous. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not a part of the truth movement. And I stress this with you so heartily as I can, and strongly and firm and confirm it with all of you, that you will see that they're a part of the game. They're not a part of the solution. They're a part of generating and creating a global warfare intentionally. So when you look at all these documents and you go there to view all of them, you will see for yourself this was no joke. They were intentionally trying to sabotage all of our way of life and intentionally destroy even human life itself by eliminating population, carrying out the United Nations Agenda 21 against the entire globe. We've already warned you. We told you that these events were going to happen. We've warned you since 9/11 that they were going to go after your internet freedoms and that they were going to go after anyone who tries to expose them. And I've tried to warn you that they were going to do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got the proof right here. And you can see right here, this is one of their companies called the ICTTF, okay, called International Cyber Threat Task Force. They even going after my website, okay? They're going after my video. You can see that's my video uploaded, that they have uploaded onto their website. And I just discovered this here yesterday, that they had put this up on their website. In other words, monitoring my work. So it shows you that we must have struck a nerve with them. We must have got them on our hot list, because we're exposing them now. We've been exposing them for quite some time. But ladies and gentlemen, pay attention very closely to what I have to show you on part 4, because it's going to get even far much more interesting. You'll see that this is all perpetrated and planned on purpose. And it is about your freedoms. It is about centralizing us into one system. But once they have us into that system, then the only goal that they have after that point, once they got control of us, once they got us all locked into one grid, then their next game is to then eliminate everybody on board. You understand what I'm getting at? So now pay attention to part 4. This ends part 3 at this point. So please hang tight.